Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the modern Planet of the Apes film series, a gripping trilogy that reimagines the classic tale with stunning visuals and profound philosophical themes. At the heart of this epic journey is Caesar, a character whose evolution presents some of the most compelling dilemmas in contemporary cinema. The modern Planet of the Apes series, starting with Rise of the Planet of the Apes in 2011, followed by Dawn of the Planet of the Apes in 2014, and concluding with War for the Planet of the Apes in 2017, chronicles the rise of intelligent apes and the fall of human civilization. But beyond the spectacular action and special effects, these films offer a rich tapestry of philosophical questions, particularly through the experiences of their central character, Caesar. Rise of the Planet of the Apes is a 2011 sci-fi movie directed by Rupert Wyatt. It delves into the origins of a fictional world where intelligent apes rule the Earth. The story kicks off with scientist Will Rodman, played by James Franco, who's working on a cure for Alzheimer's, a disease affecting his father, Charles, portrayed by John Lithgow. Rodman develops a virus called ALZ-112, which is tested on apes, boosting their cognitive abilities. One of the test apes, a female named Bright Eyes, shows signs of superior intelligence. However, during a presentation to investors, she becomes aggressive and is put down. The project gets shut down, but Will discovers Bright Eyes was protecting her newborn baby. Will takes the baby home and raises him as his own, naming him Caesar. Over time, Caesar, portrayed by Andy Serkis through motion capture, demonstrates extraordinary intelligence inherited from his mother. Will continues his research in secret, using ALZ-112 on his father, who shows significant improvement but eventually regresses as the virus loses its effect. Will's dilemma revolves around his desire to save his father against the risks of his experiments. Caesar, on the other hand, faces conflicts of identity and freedom. He begins to question his place in the world, especially after an incident where he defends Charles from an aggressive neighbor, leading to Caesar being captured and placed in a primate shelter. At the shelter, Caesar witnesses the cruel treatment of the apes and starts planning a revolution. He becomes their leader, teaching them to use their enhanced abilities, which he spreads among them using ALZ-112. Caesar seeks justice and freedom for his kind, challenging humanity and the conditions imposed on them. The film's climax unfolds on the Golden Gate Bridge, where the apes, led by Caesar, confront human forces in an epic showdown. The movie ends with Caesar and the other apes taking refuge in Muir Woods, symbolizing the dawn of a new era. Rise of the Planet of the Apes not only delivers an exciting and visually stunning narrative, but also raises profound questions about scientific ethics, animal rights, and the impact of human actions on nature. The dilemmas faced by the characters, especially Will and Caesar, make the story a compelling study of power, freedom, and responsibility. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, 2014, directed by Matt Reeves, is the sequel to Rise of the Planet of the Apes, 2011, and takes place 10 years after the events of the first movie. The story centers on the growing tensions between humans and apes following a devastating pandemic caused by the ALZ-113 virus, which nearly wiped out the human population. The movie kicks off with a highly evolved society of apes, led by Caesar, living peacefully in the forests near San Francisco. Caesar, who was raised by humans, strives to maintain peace and harmony among his kind. He's a fair and compassionate leader who believes in peaceful coexistence between apes and humans. This peace is disrupted when a group of humans, led by Malcolm, enters the apes' territory. These humans, survivors of the pandemic, are desperate to restore a nearby hydroelectric dam that's crucial for powering the ruined city of San Francisco. Malcolm, a well-meaning guy with peaceful intentions, tries to negotiate with Caesar to get access to the dam. However, there's a lot of distrust between the two species. Koba, an ape who suffered abuse at the hands of humans and is Caesar's right-hand man, harbors a deep hatred and unwavering suspicion of humans. He believes that peaceful coexistence is impossible and starts plotting against Caesar, aiming for war. Things get worse when Carver, one of Malcolm's group, injures an ape, sparking renewed hostilities. Despite the growing calls for war among the apes, Caesar allows the humans to continue their work on the dam, holding on to hope for peace. Koba, however, takes drastic measures. He sabotages the peace efforts, incites a rebellion, and attacks the humans in San Francisco. In an act of betrayal, Koba seriously wounds Caesar and takes control of the ape tribe, leading them in a full-scale assault on the human city. Malcolm finds the badly injured Caesar and, along with his family, helps hide and care for him. Once Caesar recovers, he realizes the war was sparked by Koba's betrayal and decides to confront his old friend to restore order. In a final showdown, Caesar defeats Koba, but the war has already caused irreparable damage. The film ends with Caesar and Malcolm acknowledging that despite their efforts, peace between apes and humans is now nearly impossible. Trust has been shattered, and war is on the horizon. A somber Caesar accepts that the apes will have to fight to survive, preparing for the conflicts to come. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is a powerful exploration of themes like betrayal, leadership, and the complexity of interspecies relationships. The main characters' dilemmas highlight the difficulty of overcoming distrust and the devastating cost of war. War for the Planet of the Apes is the third film in the reboot series of Planet of the Apes. Directed by Matt Reeves, this movie continues to explore the struggle for survival between humans and intelligent apes led by Caesar. The story begins 2 years after the events of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. The apes, led by Caesar, are hiding in the forest, trying to avoid war with the humans. However, a military group led by a ruthless colonel, Woody Harrelson, relentlessly pursues them. This colonel, who lost his family to the virus that increased the apes' intelligence, is determined to eradicate all apes, believing humanity's survival depends on it. Caesar, who desires peace for his people, attempts a final negotiation with the colonel, but the meeting ends in tragedy when Caesar's wife and eldest son are killed by a human soldier's attack. Consumed by a desire for revenge, Caesar leaves his people under the leadership of Maurice, the wise and loyal orangutan, and embarks on a personal mission to confront the colonel. During his journey, Caesar is accompanied by some of his closest companions: Rocket, a loyal chimpanzee; Luca, a brave gorilla; and Maurice. Along the way, they encounter a young human girl named Nova, who has lost the ability to speak due to the virus. Although Caesar initially wants to abandon her, Maurice convinces him to bring her along, demonstrating the compassion that has always been a crucial part of Caesar's leadership. They also meet a chimpanzee named Bad Ape, who escaped from a zoo and joins them. Bad Ape provides crucial information about the colonel's base location. Upon arrival, Caesar discovers that the colonel has turned a military camp into a concentration camp where many apes are enslaved. He also learns that the colonel is preparing for a final battle against other human factions that disagree with his extreme tactics. Caesar manages to infiltrate the base with his friend's help and organizes an escape plan for the apes. During the escape, he confronts the colonel in an intense showdown. However, he discovers that the colonel is infected with the mutated virus, which is killing him slowly and has rendered him unable to speak. In a moment of compassion, Caesar lets the colonel die by his own hand. As the escape continues, an epic battle unfolds between the colonel's soldiers and a rival human faction. Gravely wounded, Caesar manages to lead his people out of the camp amidst the chaos. The film ends with the apes finding a new safe home, but Caesar succumbs to his injuries. In his final moments, he is comforted by Morris, who promises to carry on his legacy of peace and leadership. War for the Planet of the Apes is a powerful tale of sacrifice, leadership, and the search for a safe home in a war-torn world. Caesar's journey, from reluctant leader to heroic martyr, encapsulates the struggles and triumphs of his people, leaving a lasting legacy for future generations of apes. In conclusion, the modern Planet of the Apes series is more than just a blockbuster saga. It's a profound exploration of freedom, justice, trust, loyalty, and the eternal struggle between revenge and redemption. Caesar's journey is a mirror reflecting our own philosophical battles and the choices that define us. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this exploration of the Planet of the Apes series, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into your favorite films. See you next time.